Namaste, India. I'm glad to be back, and today's topic is a very interesting one. It concerns the heritage of India, the ancient cities, temples, archaeological amazing sites being discovered in recent years, which are not getting enough publicity. The government hasn't funded, only a few scholars know these things, the general public doesn't know much, the school textbooks haven't reflected this, the media doesn't know. The literary festivals don't celebrate these things and don't honor the people who have discovered them and writing about them. Only a few scientists know most of these things. So I want to make each of you an ambassador of Indian heritage, Bharatiya culture, Vedic culture. So this way, each of us can spread. And this is something everyone should be doing as part of their seva, as part of their, dharma, their swadharma. So I will talk about a few places you've heard about and a few places you might not have heard about. So first I'm going to talk about a place called Mahendra Parvat. I would bet that maybe 1% of the audience have heard of Mahendra Parvat, which in the local language they translate as the mountain of Indra. Now this is a place in Cambodia. This is, and the research reports that I'm reading are absolutely amazing. What they've discovered is under a mountain, which has a pond with the Shivlingams, 1008. I have actually been there during the Hindu-Buddhist summit, visited that pond, walked in that pond with Swami Paramatmanand of the Hindu Dharmacharya Sabha. This meeting was organized by Swami Dayanand Saraswati many years ago. But at that time, it was not known that underneath this forest, there is a huge city. It's a huge complex of old temples, old mandirs. And this is considered now the largest empire of the world as of 1,000 years ago. And this is not something that people have made up. It's not local folklore. This is archaeologists from around the world, people from Australia, India, Europe. They've come to this conclusion that nothing of comparable size and sophistication existed at that time in the world. So Mahendra Parvat is not a simple place. It's not a very trivial place that we can sort of ignore. This is a complex of a huge technological sophistication. There is a sophisticated irrigation water management system. There is a highway connecting Mahendra Parvat with Angkor Wat, which is several kilometers away. And so it's tens of kilometers of city complexes. So I'm absolutely amazed by the new things they keep finding, the new discoveries that they keep coming up with from Mahendra Parvat. And it is amazing that when I talk to people who ought to know, people from our side, our heritage, many of them just don't know, many of them don't care. So this is one example of what I want to bring to your attention today. Let's move over to Haryana, thousands of miles away from Cambodia. Haryana has two of the most amazing ancient heritage sites. And most people I met from Haryana don't know these. One is Rakhi Gadi. Rakhi Gadi is the largest discovered Harappan era city, the Indus Saraswati city. People used to think that Mohenjo-daro and Harappa are the oldest and largest, but that is no longer the case because new things have been discovered. And this Rakhi Gadi is in Haryana. So it has all the qualities of the other Indus Saraswati civilization in terms of architecture, construction, technology, the way of life, the symbols, the tiles, the linguistic symbols in them, which have not been fully decoded. So Rakhi Gadi is another one that has to be given importance. The Haryana government is giving a little bit of lip service, but I don't think that suffices given the stature of this. Another one I want to, and then I'll make my point. I want to give you 3 or 4 examples in a nutshell. Then I'll make some points on what you should do, what ought to be done. An amazing place that very few have heard. Rakhi Gadi is a lot of scholar type people have heard. But there is this place, Bhir in Haryana, several kilometers from Rakhi Gadi. This is the oldest. It is 7,500 years before Christ, almost 10,000 years old from today. This is the oldest major city in the world. It is older than Mehergarh in Pakistan, which was considered to be the oldest Harappan site. It is older than Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, all of these places. And besides being the oldest, the second distinguishing characteristic is that this city in Haryana is continuous from the earliest, being the earliest, from there to the later Harappan, a history of 5,000 years from the beginning to the end is all in this one place. So there is no doubt about the continuity of that civilization. People have doubted, maybe the different towns were different people lived, maybe there were different races, ethnic groups, and maybe they came from various other places. People have speculated all that about this Indus-Saraswati civilization. So the discovery of this one place puts all that to rest, because now in one place we have all these things over a period of 5,000 years. All the stuff that is found elsewhere, it's also found here, from the beginning till onwards. So that's quite an amazing thing. Then another ancient place not fully studied, not adequately understood, is the city of Dwarka, just outside the coast off the coast of Gujarat. This is Krishna's kingdom, capital. It's mentioned in our texts that this thing gets washed. And so now the archaeologists are saying that the land sunk between under the sea around 1700 BCE. So which means that about 5,000 years ago from now, this 4,000 years ago, the land sunk under the sea. So that was the end of that town. But it had been a huge complex which needs submarines and things like that to go and explore under the water. So this place has a lot of symbols and a lot of architectural design qualities which resemble what is written in the Mahabharata, which is what is written in the Itihas. So there is no doubt that this validates our Itihas also, because this is all very scientifically established. Very interesting discovery is in Tamil Nadu. That Tamil Nadu, people have said that all these things are in the north, and maybe from there they went to Cambodia. Actually, the Cambodians came from South India. The civilization came from South India. But now, and people said, okay, there is Ram Setu, but that's at the southern end. What's in between? What's in between North India and Ram Setu? There's no evidence. And so they try to show that that's a separate civilization. But that's not true, because right in Tamil Nadu, they have discovered major places which are linked with the Indus Valley civilization, both in terms of design, in terms of the techniques and the symbols used and so on. And over 3,000 artifacts have been discovered in Tamil Nadu in some archaeological sites.
और हमारे देश के लिए अगर सबसे बड़ी एक समाज की मन में एक आवश्यकता है, तो हमारी सोसाइटी हिस्ट्री कॉन्शियस होनी चाहिए. इतिहास को भुला देने वाली समाज व्यवस्था नहीं होनी चाहिए.